Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be swapping out these Amazon tow mirrors that I got with these nice new tow mirrors from Yitamotor. So let's get right into it. Alright, so the new Yitamotor mirrors just come in. So let's get these unboxed and we'll see what we got. Alright, guys, so here the mirrors are. We'll look at those in a second. But kind of first impressions, pretty cool packaging, being they put a Superduty on the box for Superduty mirrors. But let's take a look. So pretty good packaging so far. It's nice that they give you these. But let's pull one of these out and we'll take a look. Alrighty, guys, so have both of our mirrors, have the other one here, but unpackage both of these real quick. And I must say, kind of first impressions, these do seem a lot larger than the I don't even remember, I think they're DNA mirrors on what I have on the 6.0 now, because y'all know we put this style of mirror on the 6.0 earlier, well, I say this year, but early 2020. But I must say these seem to be more of a factory mirror. Seem to be a lot larger. I mean, you can see I don't have a small hand. Well, here we go. You get an idea there. But one thing about these mirrors that I do like, and we were just talking about it, these do seem more factory-like. They're very heavy. Seem a lot more sturdy. These also come with a smoked clear lens for the sides. These do have turn signals. They are heated. You can see there. And they do have the two different glasses, just like the originals. And also, flip this one over. One thing my other mirrors do not have is a provision for a puddle light. My truck didn't come with them anyway, but those mirrors that I have don't even have the provision for them. So one day we might have to pop these out and add a puddle light to the truck. Because on my grandpa's 09, we put platinum mirrors on it, and I absolutely love the puddle lights. Now, if we turn the mirror, you can see here, got some metal in here. Now, on my other mirrors, see in there, they didn't have that I remember. And also on my other mirrors, I had noticed these don't have a tab here that the other mirrors had, that we had to modify. So hopefully these will be a bit more of a direct swap, but there they are. So, pretty impressed. And also they give you the new door seals. These will go on the end of the mirror here. They give you new nuts for both mirrors. And if you have an older truck, I believe these are for the 99 to 03, 04 trucks, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. That have the round style plug, little adapter. So these will plug in directly to your mirror and then into your truck. So we're gonna get these installed today. And truck's still broke, but it's in the shop. We'll get these installed on the truck today. I'll get one installed, then we can kind of compare these to what I have on the truck already and see how they look. Alright, guys, so overall I'm very impressed so far with the new Yitamotor mirrors. And I'll be honest with y'all, Yitamotor sent me an email, wanted to know if I would try out a set of them, make a review video and whatnot on those mirrors So just so y'all know, but they're not paying me to do this. You know, they sent them over, said here, try these out, see what you think. Make a review video and, you know, whatnot. So we're gonna go run and grab some lunch, come back, and we'll get those mirrors installed on the 6.0. The 6.0 is still broke. This is Sunday. I'm gonna upload this video on Tuesday. Go ahead and get that video out for y'all and for Yitamotor to do whatever promotional stuff they're gonna do with it. But I do have a 6.0 update coming for y'all. We've been working on it, but I have a 6.0 update coming. I have a 300 update coming. We went the other day, picked up some parts for it. And after this, I think we're gonna pull the 6.0 out and get the 300 in and start working on it again. But I just wanted to give you a little update on that. But don't worry, there are some 6.0 videos coming up. So y'all stay tuned for that. But I guess I'll catch y'all here in a bit. When we get back, we'll get those mirrors thrown in, and I'm gonna do the driver's side or the passenger side, one of the two, and then we'll do a comparison with the mirrors I already have on the truck, and then we'll throw the other one in, and I'll give y'all my 100% honest review of them. Again, they're not paying me. They sent them over, said here, try these out, see what you think. So that's what we're gonna do. But anyway, guys, I'll catch y'all here in about an hour, and we'll get the mirrors thrown on the truck. All right, guys. So here are the mirrors that I put on, what, almost a year ago. Now, big complaint about these is they do have some movement. They don't seem to lock in all the way, and these will move like so. You can kind of smack them in and they'll stay, and this side is the same way. Those seem pretty sturdy, but coming over here to this side, it's the same way. And on these mirrors, the upper glass kind of vibrates. You can see that there. And the same thing on these. They just kind of bounce around. So be happy to get rid of that. But first things first, come in here. Got a couple things to pull the door panel. Got to pull your little reflector. Got to pull this trim piece as well as this trim piece here. And this just pops off like so. Might have to get a screwdriver or pry tool, hold the bit. Now you have two mirror bolts behind here, one here, one here. You're gonna have a bolt in here on your switches and behind your little reflector. You just pop that out with a screwdriver, and we'll do that real quick. Okay, so you can just take a little, if you don't have any pry tools, just a little bitty screwdriver like so, right here. Pop this loose, and then you can take it off, just like so. Just two clips on that, and then same thing on this. It pops down on the front and it sits under back here. So you come up under here, just like so. Now a lot of people, there's a little back there, and then your bolt. A lot of people will sit here and unplug these. You don't have to. You can squeeze this through the opening in the door when you pull the panel off. So they give you access to that bolt, and then come down here, little screwdriver, and you can pop off your little reflector, just like so. And then there's a bolt back there. I don't know why they even put these there, because there's not a like a light or whatever back there, like my white truck, but they do. So kind of is what it is. Now we need an 8mm, if I remember correctly, and a ratchet. And that will, if I remember correctly, that is what takes the panel off, or the bolts for the panel. But I'll zip those out real quick, make sure there's not any other ones, and then we can get the door panel off, and I'll try to show y'all squeezing that piece through. Alright, so actually I lied. Those are not 8s, they're 7s. And that's why I like buying these little toolkits. You can just bring them with you. But anyway, that's a 7. Oh, my bad on that one. Thread it out. Try not to drop it in the door. It's not a big deal if you do, because you're about to pull the door panel anyway. But I like to not hunt for these things if I don't have to. Drop that in there. And you have your little guy here. And these shouldn't be no tighter than what you can take out with one of these little nut drivers. So just kind of a reference when you go back together. And if I remember correctly, that is all that takes the door panel off. I always lock these, that way you don't have to come up as high. And you can take these and squirrel them around and kind of turn them sideways. Pick up on your panel like so, and kind of pull it out a bit, and with 2 hands work this guy down through your panel. So I can't do that in film at the same time. Well, maybe I can. But they're pretty easy to snake down through and not have to mess with all the plugs on the bottom. So I'm gonna get this out real quick, and we'll get to pulling the mirror off. All right, so as soon as I set the camera down, pick up on the door panel, and this comes right through. You can see. So you're probably wondering, there's this bolt, why do you have to pull the door panel? And that is because your electrical connector is right here. So most time you can pop these right off, like so, right off the little deal. Got a little push pin, push it and pull. Be handy if I had another set of hands. Let me set this down real quick and we'll get it unplugged. Okay, so a little tip here for y'all. These can be pretty stubborn, the little push locks. You can take your little screwdriver, the same little screwdriver, stick in here and help you pop that free. And now just push this back into the door, because this will have to route through here. And then you have your nuts for your mirror. You can go ahead, pop these little guys out. One here, and then this bottom one, like so. And that gives you access to all 4 of your nuts for the mirror. And if I remember correctly, they're 11s, maybe they're 10s. Yeah, 10s. But again, okay, 10 mil. It shouldn't be super tight. You shouldn't be able to get it with one of these little 1/4 inch sets. I think these torque to like 8 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna grab a ratchet and we'll pop this guy off. What I always like to do is grab a magnet as well and help you spin the nuts off a little bit if you don't have a magnetic bit. That can help you out a little bit, just to make sure that you don't drop one of your nuts in the door. Luckily, if you do, they give you new ones, but you still don't want the nuts rattling around in the door. And also another thing that I like to do is roll the window down. That way you can hold the outside and work at the same time, especially while you're by yourself like I seem to be today. So another thing I always like to try to do as well is leave the top for last. That way it'll kind of hold itself until you can get to that very last one. Okay, so got all the nuts out of the mirror. Now we can go ahead and pull it off and fish your wires up and through. Make sure they don't get hung up in here. These are very long wires, and then I think there's a hole in the door here that they get caught up in, but you will have to kind of fish that through here. But did drop one of the nuts down in the door. We can probably pull the speaker out and get to it down in there. But now we can bring in our new mirror, and the nuts and all that stuff, as well as the new seals that go on them, and go ahead and get those installed. What we generally do is one of us will hold the mirror, and I almost think we're going to have to do some trimming on those mirrors as well. The little tab, we'll kind of test fit it and see. Okay, so I have lost my helper, but anyway, we have these seals that'll go on the new mirrors. You can see there on the old one, but the seals will go on. Have your new nuts for the mirrors, and Yitamotor gives you these. Like customer support, but we'll have to test fit them and see. But on those mirrors, we had to trim off that little tab right there, so we might have to do that with the new one. I'm going to test fit it here in just a second and see, and if so, you can do that with a box cutter or razor blade or whatever and get those off. But I'm going to go out here working on cleaning up some of these tree limbs out here, and we'll come back and get that other mirror on. Then we can do some comparisons. They look very similar on the outside, so I'm interested to see if these have the same movements and stuff in them as the old ones. But I'm gonna go out here and help them, and I'll give you an update here in just a bit. Alrighty guys, so I'm in here because it's a bit loud out there, and they don't need me in the way. So anyway, I'm in here doing some research on the 6.0, but here in a bit we'll go out here, take a look at what they're doing. Y'all seen the other day we had a 6.0 video come up, and I talked about how we're going to start on the 300. There's a couple more things that I want to check. While the truck's in here, we have the scanner. I can't right now, or I would. I need to figure out where the battery charger is. But after talking to a couple people, they say to check for sync and FICM sync. The truck shouldn't have FICM sync, I think, until it starts. So we need to check if it has PCM sync or ECM or whatever. So I'm gonna hook the battery charger up on the truck and see if we can figure out if it does have sync, and go from there. Because if it has sync at the PCM or at the computer, what you call it, the computer, here. If we have sync here at the computer and it's not getting to the FICM, it could be a bad FICM. It could be wiring between here and the FICM, or who knows, could even be a bad computer. But if the computer doesn't have sync, it could be the computer or the wiring from here to our cam sensor, leading to possibly an engine harness. So I'm gonna do that. That'll be a whole nother video. I'm gonna try a couple more things, and then if we can't figure it out with that, we might take this thing somewhere and get it looked at or whatever. But again, that's gonna be a different video. Here in a bit, you can hear some crashes out there. They're cutting limbs over the shop, over there beside the shop. I will show you all that here in a bit though. But just know we got some 6.0 stuff coming up. Gonna try a couple more things. And then if not, if that doesn't work, we have 300 parts. I don't even know where he put them. We picked up the struts the other day, right over there. So, new struts for the 300. I think we're gonna try to get it in here today, and we might try to throw that one on. It shouldn't take very long. So we'll just have to see about that when we get there. But I'll give you all an update here in a bit on the outside out here. And we're also looking at getting some gravel hauled in and all kinds of other stuff. So we're nowhere near done. You can see all the mess. You know, the mess. We're trying to get this place cleaned up and looking right. So I'll give you all an update here in a bit, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so we test fitted the mirror on, and it seems as if we're not going to have to trim that little square piece there like we did on the other mirror over there. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the new seal on and bolt it up and see if it fits right, and if it doesn't, we can pull it back off and trim that little piece. But so far looks like we're not going to have to. So here in just a second, we'll put the mirror back on, and again, make sure that we're not going to have to trim it. And if not, we'll put the mirror on for good, and we'll take a look and see how it looks. Okay guys, so the new gaskets or whatever they give you didn't seem to fit very well when we tried to put it on the truck. So we took the old one off the old mirrors and put on here, and I think what the difference is this one goes down around the actual studs here. So we're gonna put it on with like I said, the old gasket that were on the other mirrors. I guess these are probably just for wind noise or something, but we're gonna try to put these on like so. But these seem to be a lot thicker than these do. You can see there. And I'm going to see what the difference is they don't go down around the little bottom pieces there. So we're going to try to put these back on and see if they fit any better. Alright guys, so the mirror is on. No wiggles or nothing. We did get it fished through, got it plugged back in and attached back there on the little piece. Well, no we didn't. We'll get that back on there here in a second. We'll just slide down on there if we have enough movement. Probably pop this out, slide it back in. But I'm going to pop the speaker out and see if we can find the nut down there in the bottom of the door and try to fish it out. Okay, so your speaker bolts are 5.5 millimeter, and then you can generally grab the speaker and they'll be kind of sealed if they've never been out, and then unplug it, or sometimes you can just kind of let them rest. You know, I know you're not supposed to do that, but it gives us access in here, and we can try to fish for that nut down in there. Okay guys, so here they are. You can see on these, turn signal up top, running light on the bottom. So you can see here what he was pointing out. On the new mirrors, signal on top. Now over here with my switchbacks, you have both. And on these, you just have one running light. Some people like that. But myself, personally, turn that on. See there, your running light. Now turn this off. See that they do work. And we need to get that nut out of the bottom of the door too, if y'all are wondering. Now, these are manual extending, and they're pretty stiff. So, manual extending, you can see there, come out a pretty decent ways. And then manual fold. So, these are nice and sturdy. Yeah, about the same on movement here as my old ones, but fitment, they do fit a lot better, or at least they seem to. So down and around, and then on the other side fit nice. Whereas these over here, these they fit pretty nice, except for up here. Got a nice gap there. And then up here at the top, see that? But anyway, that's that. So you can see there. I am going to give the Yitamotor mirrors a shot and try them out. I'll probably go ahead and put my switchbacks in. These are switchbacks, full LEDs on this thing. So these don't really fit, but they are very nice. They do look good. So I'm gonna go ahead, put the door panel back on, put speaker back in, and probably move on to the other side over there. Go ahead and get that one knocked out, and we'll wrap up this video. And also guys, if you were wondering, yes, I did put this little thing back on. This one thing I can't stand is rattles. So we got that back in. Now we can put our panel back on. And just in time, because we ran out of heat, ran out of propane. So I want to get the door panel back on, try to get the other one finished up. And we got to figure out how to get this thing out of here, because we're about to start working on my Chrysler. But we'll have some videos coming on that here pretty soon, and I kind of explain everything. But let's go ahead, get this door panel back on, sneak that up through, then you can seat it in the bottom, push it to the truck and slide it down. I'll try to show you all that as well, but first I'm gonna go ahead, line these up down here on the bottom. There's a long one on the front and the back, and then you can set it up here, and you can come in here and slide your panel back up through and snap it in. All right, so quick little tip on that: lock the door again, that way it can slide right on over. This has to go in from the top up through the panel. There's some dirt on it there, but now we can go ahead and replace our two screws There's one of them. Pull the door panel back, push it down a little bit, and you'll be good to go there. And the same on this one. But we can go ahead and put those two back in it. Put our panel back on, put that piece on. Actually, I can put that piece on right now. Two clips, like I said, on this one. Just like so. Replace your two grommets. Put the two screws in. One there, one here. Then you can pop this piece back on, and I will show y'all on this one. Okay, so now with your two screws back in, we can go ahead and start with our reflector. Now these reflectors have different sides to them. They have a front and back. The back, which will be to the outside, will have a slung piece. The front will be where you put your screwdriver earlier. You can slide that in there, pop it, just like so. And then on your switch panel up here, pick it up, slide the back under, just like so, and it'll slide together. And you can pop it down, just like so, and everything is good to go. Now, all you have left to do, if you've made it to this point, is go ahead, put your grommets back in like so. Nice and simple. And there you have it. If you don't know your key code, or you don't have your keys, make sure you don't lock your door. Make sure it's unlocked before you shut it. But there you go. You have your new mirrors. And if you need to find your key code here, I have a video of that as well. But now that you get the idea, let's move on to the passenger side over there. We'll get that mirror replaced with the new Yitamotor mirror, and we will go from there. So basically what you're going to need is you're going to need a 7mm, a 10mm, and I believe that's it. And your little screwdriver. Don't forget your little screwdriver. And a magnet to capture those nuts. That way you don't drop those down in the door. What we have been using is a magnetic tip screwdriver you can get in there with, or a regular magnet will also work. So let's move over here. Hopefully we won't need our 5.5mm again to have to take the speaker out. But let's hop over here. I'll show y'all the process of taking that panel off as well, and then the same kind of rinse and repeat on taking the mirror off and putting the new mirror on. Okay guys, so same thing over here. Snap your little piece off the front on this, slide it out, bolt, pop your reflector off here, bolt down in there, and now you can lock your door, pull up on your panel, and it should come off just like the other one. And you'll have to fish your little switch panel down through like so. It's a little more difficult because I'm doing this one-handed, but you can get all this free. Alright, so get the door panel off. It's the same process over here. Pull the two grommets, pull the little pieces of like foam tape off, 4 nuts, unplug your wiring, run it through. It's the exact same as the driver's side, and you can pull your mirror off, replace it with a new one, and you'll be good to go. So I'm excited to, when the truck is running, drive with them and see how they do and whatnot. And I will probably bring y'all another video on these as a, you know, so many month review and things of that nature after the truck is back running. And like I said earlier, I do have some videos coming on the truck, some update videos, so y'all stay tuned for those. But we'll get this all put back together, and I'll give y'all an update here in a bit. Okay, so now I got the new mirror on, got the old one over here. We can go ahead and put our door panel back on. Now, with your switch panel, you can come up through just like so. Got to kind of work with it. Again, especially being one-handed. So you can work it up through just like so, and it's good to go. Now you can lock your door. Set this up here, pick it up a little bit, over, and back down. But up and over here, and then you can unlock this. But I quit filming to make sure that we were seated all the way through here on both sides, and we are. So the door panel's in place. Now we can go ahead, put our 2 screws back in, and we will be good to go. Alrighty guys, so here we have our new mirror. And as you can see, this mirror fits up a whole lot tighter with the truck. Still got a little gap right there, but nothing like the other one. You can also see down here where it had closed up, and here you can't see sunlight through it no more. So there we are. Now unfortunately we're not going to get to drive the truck and test out the new mirrors, but I will say kind of first impressions of the mirrors, they are pretty nice. This one doesn't wobble near as much as the other ones. The lights move just a little bit. There's some dirt on it already, but they do seem very nice. And like I said, unfortunately, we're not going to get to run them on the truck today, as you know, wiring problems. But hopefully here pretty soon, we'll get the truck figured out, and we will get to make some more updated videos with these new mirrors. But anyway, guys, I think that is going to be a wrap for today's video. I will leave a link to these mirrors down below in the description if y'all want to go check them out. It's not an affiliate link. I don't get anything off of y'all buying off that link, but that is a link to these mirrors. So anyway, guys, like I said, I think that's going to be a wrap for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope everybody has a great day.